Okay, Pat and Ruby, I've made up a mock-up of this washplane that we're thinking that we'd like you guys to help us make, and just some basic rough dimensions, but I just wanted to give you an idea. We just want I think Brett Warner wants to have us have a 60mm section here so that the front of the bench tops can sit on top of his carcass when he makes it. And then the washplane ramp starts from that 60mm point. These are just some dimensions for our particular vanity. So the washplane itself goes down about 411, and the water will fall down into the trough underneath. I've made this about the gap's too big. I only want about a 5mm maximum gap in here. The washplane drop from start to finish minimum has to be 55, and you'll see Sandy talk to you about why we need that cut into the video. Two washplane basins, 430 wide, so imagine another one over there somewhere. And the way that I figured that it might work is, I'll turn it around this way. We basically just construct a square underneath it. I've made these sides just a rectangle, but I'm sure you'll cut it out something like how I've drawn there. I've made a drop there of about 140, it could be 120, it could be less, just whatever it needs. Probably only needs to go 55 plus the thickness of the stone, 75. I don't know how much extra space we need underneath these things. I figured that this piece of stone in here that you put in, instead of being flush with the bottom of these two pieces, you might just start low here and glue it in at a higher point there to make a ramp, so that when it sits on the bench, the water flows in one direction. Again, the sides might just be cut out something like that in order to make the side edges for the ramp. And what we want is the splashback here to go all the way down and form part of this entire bench top. So we've got a bench top joined onto a splashback, and this splashback will go up to about 300 high off the top of the bench. So 300 high plus the 140, 120 under there. Now, I've spoken to Brett Warner, and he seems to think that you guys will be able to do that and join a splashback to the bench top, and I'll show you a couple of picture examples in the rest of the video. Alright, well, that's what we're thinking. I want you guys to let us know if you reckon you'll be able to do that.
So we've simulated the washplane basin and the sizings. So what we've built here is a 411 deep cutout, and so the washplane will be 400. The depth over here, where it meets, will be 55 deep.
Minimum. 70's better.
We've got a 60mm overhang of the stone at this end, so that it will allow for a hangover, a draw pull, and the rails. The tap is 200 off the washplane and falls nicely without too much push up here. We've allowed in this sizing to push the current wall forward 40mm, so that gives us a bit of a narrower washplane and also gives us more plumbing room at the back. So we'll check it into the current wall 30 and we'll have an extra 40 mil. That'll be 70 mil.
You're going to
check.
build the wall, the splashback wall out by 40 or 45 mil. What are we doing in here? So the stonemason, where that piece of chipboard is, has somehow got to grind out the back of the chipboard. This. So because we've got this brass thing here and we've only got a 9 or 12 mil gap there, we can move this plate forward a little bit, but there's not much room to play with unless the plumber has got 2 brass screw-in things that are longer. So we're going to have to grind out the back of whatever stone is in there to make that fit, which is what Brett's been trying to tell us, I think.
Yeah.
What else? We figured out that, turn the tap on, the more angle of the wash plane, the less push out of water we get. So if we get a deeper angle, say 100 mil, we get push out to about 40 mil, and the shallower we go, the more push out this way we get. So we figured out that 55 or 70 mil gives us the less push out, right? What do you reckon, Bretty? Good mock-up?